In Lakesh and Veritas, everyone, happy today. Welcome to our high frequency living Fortify Your Immune System discussion tonight here on the Low of the Sun YouTube channel. And tonight we welcome Lauren of the Sun. Welcome, Lauren. We're going to be having a discussion along with some practical ideas about the immune system. So before we start, there are a few announcements. High Frequency Living offers live streams which focus on high frequency living lifestyle topics like meditation and breath work, wellness and nutrition, of the sun classes and modalities like quantum light property clearing, soul translation, light body movement, Akashic record reading, many other high frequency topics. So check out High Frequency Living also on Instagram for inspiring recipes and topics at High Frequency Living. I am Diane of the Sun, owner of Lakesh Studio One, which is a franchise of the Sun. We offer quantum light property clearing services, soul translation modalities, truth and tea, call for the truth card readings, and other services and products. So start 2026 with a call for the truth divination card reading. Get some insight into what is the truth of your experience for this year. That is our Truth and Tea service, and it is a personal call for the truth divination card reading of 1, 3, or 9 cards, depending on how deep you'd like to go. It's available as a remote service, or if you're in the Atlanta area, I can meet you somewhere in the Atlanta area. And if you're having a party or an event, this would be a great thing to have, either for each individual or as a group reading. So you can contact me at info@inlakeshstudio1.com for more information. These cards, these are the Call for the Truth divination cards. And they were created by Laota of the Sun after she wrote her book, Call for the Truth. And they give great insight into a question that you have. There are many layers. There's a maxim from Laota. There's a color. It's related to a chakra, a platonic solid, a number. There's numerology. There's so many layers to go through. So check that out if you're interested in getting a Call for the Truth card reading for Truth and Tea. And then also we offer an herbal tea will come forward after the card reading to assist. And then if you're looking to purchase your set of cards, you can get them at ofthesun.com or inlakeshstudio1.com. And if you purchase them, I will provide a complimentary 3-card reading for you and explain the cards. So you can also check us out on Instagram at inlakeshstudio1. And if you missed our first Lakesh Studio One's Evolutionary Book Club for 2026, that was last Friday, and it was Laota with her book, Call for the Truth. There's so many insights and perspectives and truths in this book. So if you haven't read it, I encourage you to read it. And if you'd like an autographed copy, you can get one at inlakeshstudio1.com. And also check out the actual live stream that's on this channel. So Of the Sun has the ongoing light body movement the first 4 Sundays of every month at 6 p.m. Eastern. And we are exploring the sacral chakra in January for the 2nd time, going deeper than before because there's always more to explore. So join us this Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern. This membership is a great way to be introduced to and enhance your Of the Sun practices, ideas, modalities, etc. and it is only $45 a month to access all 4 sessions. They're live and recorded, so you can listen to them many times or listen if you've missed the session. All materials, there's always like a textbook type material and meditations. So you can register at ofthesun.com for that. And Lauta will be teaching the Soul Translation Energetic Triggers class starting next Tuesday, January 13th at 6 p.m. Eastern. And this class runs from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern. And Tavares is teaching the Akashic Records reading class on Thursdays, and it started yesterday. And this is from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern also. So if you're interested in registering for either or both of these classes, you may contact Ahad at 678-300-3507, or you can reach out to him at contact@ofthesun.com. So thank you everyone for joining. Let's see, in the chat we have Stephanie Singletary in Lakesh and Veritas, Cheryl in Lakesh and Veritas, Theodora in Lakesh and Veritas, everyone. Thank you for joining. So welcome again, Lauren.
Thank you, Diana. And Lakesh and Veritas, thank you for bringing this forward today too. I know it's something that's been very present on many people's minds in my experience, how to get that robust immune system and keep ourselves happy and healthy.
Yes, yes. It is a great topic to discuss now too, because of, I think, a lot of things that have happened like over the holidays. A lot of people maybe had some things they didn't really want to do, but they did. They felt they had to do it with obligations, and maybe they ate differently. And so maybe they need to boost their immune system, both spiritually and physically.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I believe that is the key, is to the understanding, as Lota has shared, not only do we have our physical immune systems, but we have spiritual immune systems, and all things start in the unseen. So if we think a thought or allow ourselves to dip in our vibration that makes us a little less than our tip-top selves, the body follows through. So the most important thing for us to do is to weaponize ourselves in our practices or our energy hygiene, to keep ourselves in that robust state of being able to move through things at the highest possible vibration, so the body doesn't take that little dip too.
Yes, that's a good point. Thank you for bringing that forward. And I noticed something in the chat. High Frequency Living says, I believe that's Ahad, still time to sign up for Soul Translation, and there are discounts available. So that's good to know as well. So if you haven't signed up yet, now's the time to do that. So I'd like to bring forward, I put it in the chat at the beginning. Of the Sun has a welcome booklet, and one of the pages in it is called Fortify. And I'm going to try to share it, if I can, on the screen. But I did put it in the chat, so you can find it there. You know what? I'll let you find it in the chat. I will just put it up here for a moment and let you see what it's about. This is page 26 in the welcome booklet. And this is a rather intense protocol to rebuild the immune system. And it's a 2-week program where it is recommended to use ionic silver, which is an Of the Sun product. And we have this available at inlakeshstudio1.com. 3 to 5 sprays every day. in your mouth. This, however, is a great tool to use for many things. I know, Lauren, you have a number of suggestions too as to how you've used it and things.
I yes. So I mean, it's really limitless. It's very powerful in clearing, and I have used it. I love that it's the travel size too, because I can keep it in my purse or in my pocket. Keeping it in the field helps to boost the immune system as well, just having the energy there of it present. But I keep one also in my car. So, if I go to the gas station and I pump gas and I touch something, I use it as that sanitizer. And literally, that's how it can replace, instead of using sanitizer that has alcohol and these other aspects within it that are killing things, we are restoring life by utilizing the consciousness of this product, the ionic silver, in order to re um, rebirth life, literally. So I keep it on me where I go on if I'm on an airplane traveling, I spray the area before I sit. I remember when my daughter was little and I was changing her, Lotte had recommended to me, you can spray it on the changing station. You can spray it on your toothbrush. Anywhere that bacteria might grow, this is something that you can utilize to help strengthen it to be clean and clear.
That's awesome. Yes. So it's great for the immune system physically in your body, and then also to use it around so that you don't attack your immune system with other things. So that's something to check out. Another thing that is recommended is cultured veggies and fermented foods. And so there's so many ways of having cultured veggies and fermented foods. Of the Sun used to make some, but we don't any longer. So, but you can always make your own. You can get them and have them. And it is recommended to have 2 cups a day to rebuild your system. And this is for a 2-week program. And so it's good though, even though this is a program, it's good to keep up with these things even after the 2 weeks. You maybe don't have to do 2 cups a day, but it's good to have fermented foods every day to help your digestion, which builds up your immune system. And I know Lauren has made some carrots, fermented carrots.
I
And
have. I did oh, go ahead,
yes,
Dave.
she's shared her recipe, which I put on my blog on my website. So you can check that recipe out, because I know she has a story about making them.
Yes. So going back quickly just to the protocol and the 2 cups a day, that was something that, so as we go through our processes, sometimes our immune systems do take a little bit of a dip. And this is a wonderful way for us to strengthen it, as you mentioned, but it can fluctuate. And so maybe you only need 1 cup a day or a quarter cup or just a little bit when you're on a good routine maintenance. But I found myself in a space and place where I needed more than that. And so it was recommended that I do start that 2 cups a day again. And so I did. And Of the Sun recommends olive my pickle. I believe that's also in the welcome book. And it's an online website where you can go and purchase. They have, oh my gosh, a plethora of all these yummy different ferments and things I didn't even realize you could get fermented because in my limited thinking at the time, I thought there were only certain things that you could get, but they have garlic and olives and cucumbers and kimchi, and they have the brine, which I got. I don't know if you've ever tried that, but taking a little, like 1 or 2 ounces of the brine, that's so powerful too. And so many things, very cool. I would highly recommend you checking them out. But when you need a lot of them, you may find yourself in a position to try and make them. And for a long period of time, I had a combination of a little bit of resistance and a little bit of fear in fermenting. And I had to work through that because I just literally had a wrong thought that I couldn't do it, or that if I did it, it was too hard. And then I caught that thought and said to myself, wait a minute, let's clear that and actually look and see, how do you make this? And when I looked it up, it is one of the simplest things to make. And literally on the blog that you posted the recipe for the carrots that I make regularly now, they're a wonderful snack. It's carrots, water, and salt. That's it. And of course, you need to have your fermenting supplies, so your jars, and if you choose to have a fermenting weight or a little lid, but it's very simple and you can add wonderful flavors into that for more of a flavor enhancement or immune boost as well. I put garlic cloves in mine, which is wonderful for the immune system, but gives it that spicy flavor and a little extra punch. You could put red pepper flakes, hot pepper flakes. You could put dill, like some fresh herbs, or even some dried herbs if you can't get the fresh herbs. Like white peppercorns. I haven't tried that, but I've read you can add some of those. Ginger is something you can add in there. So, and you can do many kinds of vegetables. You're not just limited to the carrots. You could do, I've done green beans and cauliflower, and I could put jalapenos in there for a little extra spice, which is nice. But fermented garlic, oh, and honey garlic, which is a little bit of a different type of ferment, but another way to boost the immune system with two wonderful things from Mother Nature, you know, to really support us. But um, one of the things that really became very evident in my process of beginning the ferments was something Laota had shared with us before, is the idea of those that work with the food or prepare the food receive such a gift and are able to enhance their experience by receiving that magic from the food. And so as I was preparing the ferments and I was speaking to the carrots and to the garlic and to the salt, I felt that in return. And I had that physical actual reaction in my body from the garlic. My eyes would water, or I could smell it in and breathe and feel that, just the heat kind of go down into the lungs and work into the digestive system. So there is that element that you're missing it out on when you just purchase it. Not to say that you can't tap into it, but it's a different experience when you're working with it. And so I was very grateful to have that understanding and that knowledge, taking that into the first time I started to ferment, and that was very powerful. So I'm very grateful for that. But I have a jar here, and it's just so pretty. If you can see the different colors of the carrot sticks, and they're such a great snack. You know, you have to see the garlic cloves in there, but there's purple carrots and there's this beautiful yellow center down the purple, and there's white carrots and yellow carrots. I put a few orange in there just for the rainbow color, but I'm having so much fun with this. And the ancestors shared with me too, something to also correct my thinking was, this is how we always did things. Salt was what we had to preserve life and our food. And so this is a very natural experience for us to step into, because this is preserving life to help support and sustain life. So that understanding also helped me. So thank you to Lota, to the food, and to the ancestors.
Ancestors. That's awesome. That's wonderful. I have made a few things as well. The cultured ferments. I made the carrots. We did that one day together.
Yeah, it was
And
fun.
I did the fermented carrots. They were very good, but I haven't done them again. So I have to get them and make them again. But I also use the olive my pickle. I purchased from them too. And so it's good to have a variety also.
Yes.
And the brine is good. And even if you get cultured veggies from anywhere else, it's always good to drink the brine. I used to think that was just extra, but you can drink it. You could also use it again to ferment the next time, ferment some more things or ferment garlic. Or I like the idea too of the honey garlic. That is good. I've done that. And you have that. You've got that. Oh, you're starting.
I just
Very good.
started this, so this is fairly new, but so wonderful within its process. It smelled amazing when working with it and having it on my fingers. And I actually had some cuts on my fingers from working with flowers, and the garlic juice was going into the cuts and clearing them and healing them. So again, another gift from the garlic to help us, but it's so wonderful, the taste and the flavor and the sweetness that comes forward, and how this is a natural really a natural healer for us
Mhm.
to help boost our immune systems, especially in the cold time. Now that many of us find ourselves with the weather has changed, there's a shift in the seasons, and some things start to affect us environmentally as well. So that really helps keep that fire or that life with the garlic in us to keep us warm and robust.
Yes, garlic is recommended to have 1 clove every day. I have more than one. I like to eat the fermented garlic myself. Um, I like that, but raw garlic is really good. Raw garlic is medicinal. If you cook the garlic and ferment it is also medicinal. But if you cook it, it's not quite as medicinal. It's more culinary and food related, which is still good for you. But if you can eat the raw garlic, that will really boost the immune system. And bone broth is also something else that's helpful to boost the immune system. And the bone broth is just another way of getting the nutrients that you need. Someone in the chat is saying radishes are really good to ferment.
That sounds good. I think that's my
Oh,
next project.
okay. So another thing that is helpful is live foods. So we have the fermented foods, but then there's also, it's good to have the live foods like sprouts. I grew some sprouts. They just were ready today. And that was something that I was resistant to. I was like, oh, I can't do that. I would get them at the store or at the farmer's market, but I'd be like, oh, no. And then Serenia suggested, this is how it is. Look at how easy this is. So she helped me get started on that, and I make them all the time now. And it's so easy. You also need very little things. You need a jar and a top, or even just you could use some cheesecloth,
Mm.
and then you can get a big package of seeds. These are alfalfa seeds, and use a few tablespoons each time. Soak them in water. In like 3 to 4 days, you've got a whole big jar of sprouts. And so you can also do the microgreens, which Tavares was making. He was growing microgreens a lot. And that is like just in dirt, or you can use it hydroponically too, with like a pad. I think Serenia was using a jute pad or something. And then you sprinkle the seeds on, and it takes maybe 7 days for those. But these are live. There's a lot more energy in them as they're growing in that young stage versus like if you had broccoli sprouts, you have a lot more nutrients in the sprouts than you'd have to eat a lot of broccoli of the actual mature broccoli, whereas you could have a little bit of sprouts to get the same amount of nourishment. So those are some other things to check out. And spirulina is another option. And you can get that in powdered form, or you can get that in, you have some in the powders?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I take this and I calibrate. So for those of you who have taken sun calibration, you may check with your body and calibrate to ask how much to start with, because it's extremely powerful. And a little goes a long way. So to check and see how much that you need. But I started taking this daily in a little bit of green juice. But you can also add it to your smoothie, or you could just do it in water if you wanted to. But it has a very it's very earthy in its flavor. So you feel that and you taste that, and you can, it's almost the sea and the ocean. You can feel that. So it's very
Mhm.
nice feeling that go through the body.
And you can also get it, they have it frozen or fresh. There are many options for the spirulina. And then another thing is chlorella, and the chlorella is in the sun and sea coffee. So if you'd like to combine things, have coffee, you can have the chlorella in here, which helps. And this boosts the immune system. So this has coffee, the organic Colombian coffee, lacancho, which is fermented monk fruit extract and hemp milk, and then the organic chlorella, I think it's called broken cell chlorella, which absorbs in the system and helps build the immune system. And so, because of those other things, it really alkalinizes the coffee. So it doesn't give you the acid that regular coffee does, and it doesn't give you that drop. Like when you have regular coffee, you get the high and then you kind of drop from it. This kind of keeps things steady. And you can also, if you don't like to drink hot coffee, or if you just like a change, you can make a smoothie. And the recipe is in my blog as well. And so you can add a little bit of avocado with hemp milk and make it cool. You can add ice cubes. You could maybe add cacao, or even in the hot coffee, I add cinnamon. I
Yeah,
like the taste of cinnamon.
I do the same. It's very
Yes. And then also sometimes for the hot coffee, I also add camel milk. I use some powdered camel milk because that's good for your brain as well. Um, but so this is available at ofasun.com as well, or in the Studio One. So those are some of the physical food items, and of course there's more, but these are what is kind of recommended to help get you going for a couple weeks, and then continue on the path having some of these as well. And as Lauren said, use your calibration and ask your body, how much do I need today? Is it in my best and highest good to have spirulina today, and how much shall I have? And how shall I have it? How much sprouts? How many should I have a bowl of sprouts? Sometimes it's a whole bowl of sprouts is a salad. I mean, that's a salad instead of lettuce. It's a great base. And if you grow different kinds of sprouts, you can have a really wonderful mix of different sprouts as your salad. So,
you're bringing to mind something that I've done in the past. Taking several of these items that are here to really boost our immune system. I've had literally a base of cultured veggies in a bowl, topped with sprouts, and then chopped up fresh garlic with maybe a little avocado or like a balsamic dressing I made at home or something, some pumpkin seeds. And here you have a beautiful lunch that is so robust and enjoyable and full of life, but it's boosting your immune system. And then, of course, to give it enlakash and to thank it and to speak to it.
yes.
There is so much more power available when we allow ourselves to speak to the consciousness of something.
Mhm.
I have found myself where I'm moving too fast and I miss out on an opportunity to learn something or to just feel into the experience. But when I do that, it's completely different. And so just as we've heard Lota, we've heard Tavares say this, speak to the consciousness of it. Like just yesterday during the live podcast, they're saying speak to the consciousness of the salt when you're in the salt bath. Speak to the consciousness of the garlic. Ask it to help clear what needs to be cleared from the body, to release it, because as Lota has shared, thought is the most powerful thing in the universe. As we direct something through our conscious intention and thought, we are informing the consciousness that is here to support us to do that. And it's just waiting for us to give it that, instruction. So we receive the benefit and it works exponentially.
Yes, and I believe in the welcome booklet, there is also giving our food in Lakesh. I think
Yes.
this is in the welcome booklet too. It just offers in Lakesh to the food and asks the food to be returned to its original DNA blueprint, and to ask us our bodies to return to the original blueprint and accept that. So thank you for bringing that up. This is also in that welcome booklet. So that's something helpful as well.
Something else that I wanted to touch upon too, by improving the immune system by using these products and these protocols, it goes beyond, it goes deeper than just that. Also, these are all anti-parasitic, so physical parasites, but spiritual parasites. These help us release those. The garlic is extremely powerful for an anti-parasite, to go on that cleanse for a parasite purge. The fermented foods, they help rebirth that natural environment for our guts, but then they're also working with the consciousness of the brain and the second brain and them being connected. So giving the Enlikesh to ourselves is a way to help remove those spiritual parasites that keep us, stuck in that low vibrational thinking. So all of these things working in tandem are doing more than just building or rebuilding the immune system. They're really strengthening us in so many ways to push out all forms of toxins, spiritually and physically in our biology, but also in the unseen. So that really helps if you're looking to enhance your health on all levels.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and because that is also one thing. Another part of this immune system protocol too is about meditating every day, and also giving yourself in Lakesh and Veritas and meditating. And I would add Ho'oponopono, responsibility as well, because that is for you. So whatever you're doing is for you, and increasing your immune system and building that up for you spiritually, which helps you physically. And it's all connected. So once we drop in one area, if we can pick that up, it'll help everything across the board.
Yeah.
Yes.
And light body. For
And
those that are in the light body movement, this is an extremely powerful experience. And I've been listening to many stories from many individuals that have come forward to share about how their lives are enhancing in so many quantum ways because of working on the light body. Same with myself, to release those spiritual parasites or the negative toxins. This is a way to build the immune system, but the light body, that spiritual immune system, to help us radiate and glow. And also, I think clearing too. I can tell you as a property clearer, the more you clear, the clearer you become. So, if you are a property clearer and you find yourself in states of wanting to raise your vibration, clear. The more you clear, the clearer you become. So those also help build the immune system.
That, yes, I have found that to be true also. The more I clear, the better it helps me to be clear.
Yes.
Because as we're clearing properties, we are clearing ourselves. So, yes, thank you for that. And Tavares mentioned garlic is a highly effective solution for parasite removal. It's like a miniature nuke. Yes. And I know Tavares
Second that.
knows a lot about parasite removals, and he does a lot of those protocols, and he does a lot of fasting. And so thank you, Tavares. Thank you for that. So something else that I find is for the immune system, Laota mentioned in her book, Call for the Truth. There's a quote I'd like to read from the book that is one of my favorites. And it says, truth spoken with conviction strengthens the whole body and protects us with a strong, robust immune system. So that is also so important that we call for the truth, that we speak the truth, that we hear the truth, that we see the truth in all things, because if we don't, we are impacting our spiritual and physical immune system. And so it's so important to stay in the truth, and that practice of calling for the truth,
Yes.
do that for 7 minutes. And just, I call for the truth. I call to see the truth in all things. I call to hear the truth in all that I hear. I call to have the courage to speak the truth and accept nothing less than the truth in all of our experiences. And that is so important to keep in mind throughout the day. And even just saying it one time throughout the day, as you're going, if something comes up and you find yourself dropping, that's something to pick up as well. So what I'd like to do with the calling for the truth, since we're calling for the truth for our immune system, I would like to do a card reading for that. And so I thought I would ask the question tonight. And I'll do just a one card since we've been talking about other things. We won't go into too many cards, but we'll just do a one card reading tonight. And we will ask, what is the truth message that needs to be heard by all who are listening to this live stream, live or recording, regarding our immune system? So we'll knock on the cards, synchronize and harmonize with the cards. These cards were created by Laota, and Tavares designed the cards. So thank you, Tavares. Thank you, Laota. These are my favorite. Oh, I'm sorry, I get distracted because I just love them so much. All righty, so we will synchronize and harmonize with the cards, and we will shuffle them and ask them, what is the information that needs to be heard tonight regarding our immune system? What information can help us with our immune system? Okay. All righty. So, okay. Oh, this is an awesome card. Can you read it, Lauren, by any chance? If
I
I
can
hold it up?
see consciousness. You are either the deliberate conscious creator of your own experience, or you give your conscious consent to another, and then they can move forward to create your circumstance. This is so on point.
It is. Thank
It's
you.
so on
Thank you for reading it. And this card came up this morning also. So it's really interesting that it came up again today. So this card, that's the maxim, and this is the this there's a little bit of extra. There's a book that comes with the cards, and this happens by default and by design. So we either allow people to take over our lives, which can be anywhere from family, spouses, or like even the government, or things like that. We buy into the lies that are not for us. We need to really be aware of where do we want our life to go, and we really need to take charge of that. And responsibility is also part of that, where it's you take responsibility for your life. So when you do Ho'oponopono, you are clearing all those things from yourself. So this is related to the crown chakra, which is about awareness, divinity, and oneness, because we are all one. We are all one. And as we do all that is, we are all that is. We are all one. And this is the color violet, which is about imagination, spirituality, creativity, psychic awareness, mystical, unity, and royalty. However, the flip side is moodiness, decadence, and entitlement. So we have to be aware of those as well. And when we drop into that, we need to understand what's going on here. Okay, flip out of that. So this is about the number 7. And 7 seeks answers. 7 tries to establish an ideology by which to live and attempts to penetrate the mystery behind the existence, which it has never questioned to this point. 7 feels the need to spend time alone, away from crowds, in touch with nature, and seeks friendships with an elevated consciousness that is harmonious. And this is related to the dodecahedron, which is about ascension, divinity, and oneness. And the dodecahedron is connection with our spirit energy. And the dodecahedron also is our connection with the Akashic Records, which is the class that Tavares is teaching. Started yesterday. And so that's a part of that class as well. So this is a great reminder. Take the reins back for you. And part of that is building your immunity in your spirit, in your spiritual life, as well as your physical life, because they go hand in hand. And as you mentioned, once it's in the unseen, it's going to come in the seen. So if you're in alignment, if you're consciously creating the life that you want, your body will follow.
Yeah.
So
I think this is such a perfect card, especially when we think about the immune system. It's up to us. It's always us, right? And so it tells us right there, you are the conscious creator of your experience. So everything that you do or don't do is what's going to inform the field and the body. So if you are looking to build the immune system, it's up to you to do that. You are the conscious creator of your health, your wealth, your happiness, your all that is, right? But when you step out of that truth and give your power away through thinking, through actions, through compassionate connections, you step out of the truth. So then you step out of your power and someone else can do what they want, which means that may move you into a lower vibration, which can then lead into a weakened immune system, spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally. So to remember that we have the power to be that truth and decide, as Lota says so many times, decide. And you can
Yes,
change anything. You can change anything, which is the beautiful thing.
it
So
is.
when you
Yes.
know, you can do something about it.
It's that decision, because once you decide, I know I used to be, and sometimes still am, I'm still in the process, but oh, it has to be the perfect decision. Well, you know what? If you keep waiting for the perfect decision to happen, it will not happen, because you are missing out on all these opportunities. So take the opportunity, and then, like, oh, well, maybe that wasn't exactly what I wanted. That's okay. Now you can make another decision to change it and do something different. But it's the moving forward that really helps keep you going, making that choice, being the conscious creator. Because if you are not making a decision, that means that you're allowing other people to make decisions for you.
That's right.
And so then you're going to be going on their path, not yours. So,
And that doesn't always feel good, does it?
no. No, because most times other people don't have your best interest in mind.
Nope.
They have theirs, because we all have our best interests in mind. And not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's all about doing what you need to do for you, for your growth and development, and what someone else is on a different path for their growth and development. So you may be on a different path, which is good. Stay there, make your decisions. Make your decisions.
And
So,
the cards, just what you shared in this whole experience, full circle is another way to step into boosting ourselves. The cards are a spiritual tool to assist us in boosting that spiritual immunity, to have the clarity, and for me, I know that it assists when I have the opportunity to go deeper and really examine that. So the cards are an immune boost.
yes,
Show us us.
that's true. Yes. Yes. I use them every day. I think you use them often too.
Yes.
And so they're always a great reminder of what to look into for that day, or that situation. Sometimes I do it multiple times. I do it in clearings.
Yes,
Um,
I do
I,
too.
I do that always, not only for my personal clearings, but for clients or other places. If I'm going somewhere, I will clear that space and do a card reading for that, to see what's going on in that space. Because sometimes it's like, well, maybe I should check out this space a little bit more before I go. And let's see what's going on. What do I need to know about this space? So,
Yes.
but I hope this card will be helpful for everyone who is watching this live and also as the recording, because it really is a beneficial card and maxim from Lota, about a reminder for us to keep ourselves, creating ourselves, not letting someone else decide.
Yes.
So, alrighty. All right. Is there anything else you'd like to share tonight about the immune system or ferments or?
Just that we have everything available to us. It's and going into what the card just shared, it's up to us to choose whether or not we work with it and go that extra step to allow it to assist us. And that Of the Sun has made all of this available on the website, and you can, wherever you are in your own growth and evolution, you may start now, you may start tomorrow, you may start whenever you decide. And whatever it is that you do is one step towards the right direction. So, in moving yourself into a higher state and space, spiritually, physically, you may go on the website. It is an encyclopedia of information available to you to really read through, to engage with. The welcome booklet has, what was it, 31 pages of practices and tools that you may engage with to start to weaponize yourself in the spiritual, to build that immune system, and then to use that protocol with the physical, the foods and the products. It's wonderful. So we thank you, Diane, for bringing it forward to everyone's consciousness as our key word tonight. And to Laota and Tavares and to Of the Sun for bringing the information to the light of truth for all of us to step into, and to the consciousness of the body, for it being here to serve us and to show us so that we can have that information to make the changes that we need.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Diane.
Yes. All righty. So as a reminder, the welcome booklet, the link was in the chat at the very beginning tonight. So if you're looking, or you can just go to ofthesun.com, and I think it's under the home link where you can, it says welcome booklet.
At the tab. And there's a little drop down menu, and at the very bottom it'll say welcome booklet, and you can download it so that you have access to it, print it out, keep it on
Yeah. There's many,
your device.
many practices in there. There's meditations in there. We talked about the in Lakesh, giving the food in Lakesh, and that's in there. And I believe Call for the Truth is in there, and rising practices, evening practices are in there. So many things to check out. So just a reminder that there still is time if you're interested in the soul translation class with Laota starting next Tuesday. And there still are discounts available. So contact Ahad at contact@ofthesun.com, or you can contact him at 678-300-3507 and register for the class. And don't forget, the Light Body Movement is this Sunday at 6 p.m. So we'll see you then. And also on Thursdays, Tavares is teaching the Akashic Records reading class. And that is also very helpful. And we're in the dodecahedron Platonic solid for that. So that's very interesting. So, and don't forget to get your Call for the Truth book and your Call for the Truth cards. They're a companion for each other.
Immune boosting.
Immune boosting. Absolutely. That
Truth, joy, and gratitude. Immune boosting.
So if you do have the book, if you have the printed book, it's on page 11 toward the bottom. The quote that I read was truth spoken with conviction, strengthens the whole body and protects us with a strong, robust immune system. So thank you everyone for joining tonight. And I look forward to seeing you next week. We'll do a divination. We'll do a longer card reading next week. And also on Wednesday is the midday meditation at noon. So I look forward to seeing you then, and have a wonderful rest of your evening. Thank you, everyone. In Lakesh and Veritas, with honor, respect, and gratitude.
Thank you, Diane. And Lakesh and Veritas. Honor, respect, and gratitude.
Thank you, Lauren, for being the guest tonight.